Hi and welcome to Camp Adventure. My name is Kim and I'm a climbing instructor here in our lovely park. Today we're going to do the hardest course in the whole park. And I'm of course speaking of the red course. It starts with this awesome wall and then it just gets tougher and more fun as we go. So let's just get started. So this is red course and as always we start by sliding in. Then we take our canopy and put it in here. And then we need to pull the rope. And the rope here is in a device called a rodeo stop. And it means it doesn't lock like a seat belt, but it can only move at a certain speed. It means that if I pull very hard in this, it won't go any faster. So I might as well spend my energy later and pull at a constant speed. And then you take this, and there is some text on it, and you log it in text to text. Then you can slide in your safety, and then you're connected. And then there is only one way up. And it's been raining today, so the wall is kind of slippery, but I think we'll manage. This is the first obstacle on the red course, and it's fun, and it also serves as a natural stop, because if you can't complete this, you're not ready for the red one. And people who give up halfway, they just slide down. And I will show you in a bit. So that's it. And now we're at the top. And I will just show you what happens if you slide down. So this one goes at a constant speed. So if you just let yourself fall, it will break you, and you can like bounce on the wall all the way down. And that's amazing. And when you reach the top, there is another one of this, and you plug it in, text to text, and then you can move on. And remember to take it off for the next person. And now we're ready to move on to the second obstacle. And it looks like a zipline, but it actually doesn't have a decline, so you have to crawl some of the way. So yeah, we are stuck, and then we need to grab the wire and pull ourselves to the platform. And now we are at the third obstacle on the red, and this is actually one of the most difficult obstacles in the park. There is something that is similar on the blue and on the pink, but this one is just plain worse. Especially with a backpack on, with a lot of camera equipment. My trick is to get a grip as high up as possible, and then try to gain momentum when I'm climbing. But yeah, it's pretty difficult with a backpack. And there we go. And the more in the middle you get, the more the whole thing swings. Luckily for me, I don't have to rescue a lot of people on this one, because a lot of people can't make it up the climbing wall, and therefore won't come this far. Woo! Now we're at the first zip line on the red course, and this is gonna be fun. This is actually a pretty big one compared to some of the smaller courses, even though it's not the grand finale. And now we need to gain some height. And here we have another one that's actually not a zip line. So we need to try to run, even though we don't have too much space, but trying to gain as much speed so you don't have to crawl as much. Almost. And then we have to do these side steps. And one of the most important parts of this is to remember to get your safety above these nuts, otherwise you're going to get stuck. And then you have to crawl back. And that's not fun. Just like here. And the trick to these is to get your balance and stand as tall as possible. That way your weight is more in balance and it's not that hard. Because we need to save that energy for the next ones. And this one is fairly easy. So grab the rope, pull the lock, and then you can step right on it. And then we are at red number 8. And now we are at one of the most difficult obstacles in the red one. And a lot of people have given up and have picked them up right in the middle. This is the pirate nets. And again we have these black dots we have to get across. And then we have to dangle in the net and try to crawl sideways all the way to the platform. And again, one of the tricks, if it's difficult, is to get as close to the net as possible and grab as high as you can. That way it won't swing that much, because if you go down in the bottom, it can swing fairly much. So crawl as high as you can if it's difficult, and remember to get this one over the black dots. And we made it. Now we're ready to do the Tarzan jump, the Tarzan leap, the Tarzan swing, depending on what you call it. So we have to click in our safety in this, and then we have to pull the rope to get across. And if you haven't already watched the video just about the Tarzan jump, then check it out. Then I'm doing it multiple times from a lot of different angles. But today we're just doing it one time because we have to complete the red course before the drone runs out of battery. And then we get this one, and then we get text to text like this, and then we can get this one on, and we are ready to swing. And remember to grab the net, otherwise you start to swing back. And when you reach the platform, again, text to text, move it on and release it for the next one. And then we are ready to continue. And this one is important. And now we're ready for the next obstacle. So here, again, we pull the rope, and the safety is attached on a wire. And then you need to get hold of this handle to keep on moving. A little tip, if you're scared to do this one, you can put your roller on the wire and do it as a zip line. But I don't think this is very difficult. Not in comparison with all the other stuff we have done today on the red one. And then we are across. And we're ready to continue on the red one. And this obstacle is actually very fun because in the winter you can see everything, and when the trees start to get green and the leaves start to come, it's just like walking in the middle of a forest. And now we are at red 13. This one is fairly easy. The only thing to remember is to slide across the black dot and otherwise keep going. If you are very good at balancing, maybe you can do this without grabbing the wire, but it is kind of wobbly. And now we're ready to do one of the hardest obstacles in the whole park. I don't know what these are called in English. I will just try to look it up and write it in the video. But in Denmark we named them after the things that when you sit on a horse you put your feet in them. A lot of people use the roller on this one to cheat it, but I'm going to do it the old-fashioned way. So it's like a little dance where you try to get your legs underneath the other leg all the time, and a lot of people get stuck on this one. In my opinion, it is one of the toughest obstacles in the whole park, but it's also the last obstacle on the red, right before the long zip line. And again, the trick is to get a hold as high as possible and try to straighten your legs. That way it won't be that hard in your arms and your legs. And another tip is to try not to get everything swinging. That way it will be much harder. And then the last one, and we made it. And now we are almost at the end of the line, but we still have to do the longest zip line in the park. Are you guys ready? I'm ready. Then let's roll. That was amazing. God damn! And now we just have to crawl down, and then we are finished with the red one. And if we look to the left right over there, that's where the long blue one ends, so they are ending at the same spot. The two longest zip lines in the park. That was the red one, the most difficult course in the whole park. If you want to do the red course at Camp Adventure, you have to do some of the easier courses first. But if you come here and climb, our instructors, or me, will tell you on the day what you should start out with. If you like this kind of content, please just like, subscribe, and give us some comments. And tell us what you want to see in the next videos. Important thing is that you can't fly a drone here in our park without permission. So if you want to fly a drone, ask in advance and expect to get a no. I can only fly a drone here because I'm at the climbing park all by myself and because I work here. Otherwise, see you in the next video.